This is a video on how to install Windows operating system on your Chromebook in 7 steps. Step 1. Check if your Chromebook is compatible to run Windows OS. A Chromebook can run Windows operating system if it has an Intel-based processor. Check the stickers or labels on your Chromebook for the model number. After identifying the model number, type the model number plus specification into Google and check the exact processor. I have an Acer R11 Chromebook and the results of my specification search shows that I have an Intel Celeron N3150 processor. With this information, visit this website, coolstar.org. I'll leave the link in the description below. At coolstar.org, click on Chromebooks. Click on Install. Select the manufacturer of your Chromebook. Select the processor type. I have an Intel Celeron N3150. Make sure you select your exact processor from the list. If you do not find your model with processor type, then your Chromebook is probably not compatible to run Windows OS. Select your model from the list. All the available drivers that will be needed after installing Windows on your Chromebook shows up. We will come back to this website and download the drivers later. One more thing you need to have to be able to install Windows on your Chromebook is to have at least 20 GB of internal storage. I recommend you go ahead to install Windows on your Chromebook if you have 32 GB storage, so that you have enough space to install drivers and other softwares after the Windows installation is done. These are the tools needed to make the next steps easy. You need your charger, a screwdriver to remove the right protect screw from the motherboard, an external mouse and keyboard, a 64-bit Windows 8.1, Windows 10 or Windows 11 bootable USB drive, a USB drive to create Chrome OS backup. Now let's go to step 2. Create your bootable USB drive. There are many softwares and ways to create a bootable USB drive. I use the software called Rufus in this video. I already have a 64-bit Windows 10 ISO file on my second laptop and will use this image to create my bootable USB. Using Rufus, select your drive, select the 64-bit ISO, change partition scheme to GPT and select UEFI for target system. Click Start. You can decide to use other means to create your bootable USB drive. I'll leave the link to such videos in the description below. After Rufus is done creating your bootable drive, the status will change to ready. Now to step 3. Put your Chromebook into developer mode. You should create a backup of any file you need before starting this process, as this process will wipe all your data on the Chromebook. To put your Chromebook into developer mode, press Escape, refresh, and then the power button on your keyboard. Now press Ctrl D. Press Enter to turn off OS verification. Press Ctrl D again. Your Chromebook or system will transition to developer mode in 30 seconds. You might have noticed the Chromebook which I am putting into developer mode is different from the Chromebook I am using in the video. This is because I lost the video of putting the Chromebook into developer mode. They all follow the same steps to be put into developer mode. Your Chromebook will restart and beep a couple of times when transitioning to developer mode. You need to plug your charger in because this process might take a while. Now press Ctrl D. Your Chromebook is now in developer mode. Connect the Wi-Fi and check for Chrome OS updates. We will browse as guests later, but for now, turn your Chromebook off and let's go to step 4. Step 4 is disabling Write Protect on your Chromebook. To disable Write Protect on your Chromebook, remove the screws from the back cover of your Chromebook and pop it open to expose the motherboard. On the motherboard, remove the screw with WP or arrow by it. Removing this screw will disable write protection on your Chromebook. This write protection screw is usually unique compared to the other screws on the motherboard. There are other models of Chromebooks which do not use the write protection screw. You will have to use another method to disable write protect on these kinds of Chromebooks. I already uploaded a video on how to do this, and the link is in the video description. Now, after removing the screw, put the cover back, and then let's go to step 5. Step 5 is to download the firmware utility script. You need Wi-Fi connection for this to work. Now turn on your Chromebook and browse as guest. Open Chrome and press Ctrl-Alt-T to open Crush. Now type shell and press enter. Now enter these commands as you see and press enter. The commands will just be under the video. The firmware utility script shows. You can see the FWWP, which is firmware write protect, is disabled. If it still shows enabled, then you didn't remove the correct screw from the motherboard. Select option install update UEFI full ROM firmware. This is option 2 on my Chromebook. You have to select the option as it shows on your Chromebook. Press Y plus enter to continue. Press Y plus enter to continue. You will be given a choice to create a backup of your stock firmware. You should insert your USB drive and press Y if you want to create a backup. I decided not to create a backup, so I will press N, which is no, and press enter. Your ROM firmware will be downloaded and installed within some minutes. Press enter to return to main menu and press P to turn off your Chromebook. Now to step 6, which is booting from your USB bootable drive and installing Windows. Insert your 64-bit Windows bootable drive, turn on the Chromebook and start pressing escape for boot options. Navigate to boot menu. Select your USB drive from the list and then press enter. Insert your external keyboard and mouse. I will skip part of the Windows installation process to make this video short. Select the language and click install now. I do not have the product keys. I prefer to use Windows 10 Pro. Now accept license terms. Select custom install. Your internal drive is partitioned into several drives. You can click on each partition and click delete, or press Shift plus F10 to open command prompt. Type disk path and press enter. Type list disk and press enter. Select drive 0, which is usually the internal storage. Type clean and press enter. type exit to exit this part, and then type exit again to exit command prompt. Click on the previous arrow, select custom. All the partitions are now deleted, so create a new partition and click next to install Windows. During the Windows OS installation, you'll be asked to enter your PC name, password, and agree to some terms. I skipped all these steps. Okay, now up to this point, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and leave your questions in the comment section below. So Windows is now done. To step 7, which is the last step, is to download and install drivers. Go back to this website coolstar.org and follow the processes in step 1. You select your processor model and then download the available drivers and install it on your Chromebook. One more thing you can do is to go to Windows settings and check for Windows updates. So all the hardwares without drivers will be properly installed.